Imagine a world where people aren't forced into submission, but choose it willingly. A world where control isn't exercised through brute force, but through pleasure, distraction, and self-exploitation. Does that sound familiar? Two great thinkers, separated by time but united in insight, saw this world coming: Aldous Huxley, the visionary author of Brave New World, and Byung-Chul Han, a modern philosopher dissecting today's digital age. Their warnings are clear: power no longer controls us with chains, it seduces us with comfort, convenience, and endless distraction. Huxley envisioned a society controlled by pleasure, where entertainment, consumerism, and pharmaceuticals like Soma kept people docile. They didn't fight oppression because they didn't even recognize it. Byung-Chul Han takes this further. In today's world, we don't need an oppressive government to control us. We willingly exploit ourselves. We turn our entire lives into a brand, constantly working, optimizing, and sharing, convinced that we're doing it for ourselves, when in reality we're feeding an invisible machine. Huxley worried about the power of mass media to manipulate the truth, but he couldn't have imagined today's reality, where algorithms predict our thoughts, emotions are commodities, and big data tracks our every move. Han warns that digital surveillance is more powerful than any dictatorship of the past. Instead of fearing government spies, we freely hand over our data, allowing corporations and political forces to shape our decisions, habits, and desires, without us even realizing it. Huxley feared that intellectual depth would fade, not because of censorship, but because no one would care anymore. He worried that the flood of entertainment would drown out meaningful thought. Han sees this happening today. The rapid-fire nature of digital culture discourages reflection. We don't sit with complex ideas, we skim, react, and move on. This is no accident. A distracted society is an easily controlled society. So, how do we resist? Both thinkers offer insights, and together they form a powerful strategy. Learn to think critically. Train yourself to question information rather than just consume it. Defend freedom of thought. Don't let convenience or comfort make you passive. Decentralize control. Shift power from large, centralized entities to communities where individuals have a voice. Step away from digital addiction. Limit your exposure to algorithmic control. Embrace silence and reflection. True autonomy comes from within, not from external validation. Reject the pressure to constantly optimize. Life isn't a competition. Slow down and reclaim your time. The greatest form of control is the one we don't recognize. Huxley and Han's warnings are not just theories. They are happening right now, in the way we live, work, and think. But there is hope. The more we become aware, the more we can resist. True freedom isn't just about breaking chains, it's about realizing they were there in the first place. The question is, will you choose awareness over comfort? Reflection over distraction? Autonomy over illusion? The future is still ours to shape.